Hey there guys, it's Tyreek. I know I don't post to this channel often anymore. I actually need to look and see what the last time I posted. Yeah, so aside from a video I did for a friend's wedding, the last time I posted was half a year ago. But this is something that I kind of wanted to just get off of my chest. Obviously, I don't have the same type of eating disorder that Eugenia did. And I'm hoping that saying did is the correct word here. But I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand why Jaclyn needed to publicize her side of the story. After I got done watching Shane Dawson's documentary, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have the documentary linked in the description. It's an hour long, but it's a documentary basically on Eugenia's recovery. Don't worry about like it being really really dark because it is very light. Shane is at heart a comedian, and it's still reflected through this documentary. And that's my whole point. That's actually my biggest point of the documentary, is that after I got done watching it, I was talking with a friend who had also watched it, and our biggest comment, or one of our biggest comments, was the greatest thing about the documentary was that yes, it did talk and discuss the disorder that she had, but it didn't do it in a depressing way. And as that being like hiding the story or anything like that, yes and no. Like, sure, Jaclyn's points could be all valid. Having to force Eugenia into recovery, that's definitely a very valid possibility. But that's not the point of the documentary. The documentary is there to kind of help those that want to lead themselves. Sometimes you're able to be strong enough and lead yourself. Sometimes you're not, and you do need help from friends. And that's also another person that this is pointed towards. This documentary isn't here to say, oh, you are having an eating disorder? Well, guess how depressing the rest of your life is going to be, or guess how depressing this is going to be for you to go through. Or you have a friend that has an eating disorder, guess how depressing it's going to be to get them to go to recovery. That's not what the video was for. The video was explicitly to say, hey, it does not have to be the end of the world. You can go to recovery. You can get your friend to recovery. You can change it. It's something that you can change. It's something that you don't need to hide from yourself. If you don't want to necessarily admit it to others, that's one thing, but it's not something that you need to hide from yourself. And if you need help, it's probably best for you to get help. And through that video, I feel like that's something that you would realize, at least in the regards of that eating disorder. Obviously, like I said, I don't have that eating disorder, obviously, but I feel like I've gone through some mental challenges, depression, or just some mental challenges within my life that I have had to fight through. And is it always pretty? No. Is it something that I need to tell you about how disturbing it was? No. If I'm making a video to bring light to someone's story, I don't need to bring darkness into it. I'm here to bring light into it. I'm here to make it something attainable. Something attainable, and something that's not going to anger or upset or sadden anyone. And that's what I feel like Shane was going for here. Like, obviously, he hasn't made a comment yet. Neither has Eugenia. But I really do feel like that's what Shane was going for with this documentary. Especially after the last one with Jake Paul. How everyone was saying that it's getting way, way too dark. And so he changed it, as he was going through the series to make sure that it wasn't going down as dark as people were seeing it. So could that not be the same thing that he's doing here? He doesn't want it to be dark. Whether that's because of the Jake Paul fallback, or whether it's because of, like I was saying, I want to discuss the disorder in a good way to make sure that people get help, not to show how sad, like, oh, this is so sad for them, that's horrible. Like, it's not one of those things. It's something to bring light and positivity. And that's how I saw the documentary. I saw it as positivity. Leave any comments down below as far as how you feel about the documentary. I just really wanted to get that off my chest because it really is bothering me that Jaclyn brought it, like I said, to the public eye, her part of the story. And I get it, but the way that she brought it, I don't necessarily agree with. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll put more videos on the channel soon. Bye, guys.